What up, Block fam? Welcome to today's episode, where it is likely the last episode that you guys are going to see on the Yamaha MT-09 SP, because I am actually taking her to get sold. Now, the reason I'm selling it, well, you gotta wait for that, but there's a good reason. So let's roll the intro and talk about it. Damn it, I need gas. Look at this goof. Yeah, alright. Grime's getting it. Side saddle. So funny. I need gas like a motherfucker. Wouldn't that be some last ride? Running out of gas. Damn, I thought Chris was gonna finish that, but it is so easy to speed on this motorcycle. 93 dead dinosaurs. God, I gotta turn it off. I forgot about that. Takes the key. Drink up, buttercup. So last time, I fill you up. That'll rhyme. Up, cup, up. Nah. I mean, you can't rhyme word with word, so, right? It just all ended up in up. Uppity up, up. Alright, surprise, we're taking out a Busa and rolled it out of the garage. It's been in storage for a little bit and it needs to be inflated. Fantic. Big thanks. You guys check out the link down in the description, currently on sale. Let's go ahead and show you guys how quickly you can inflate tires. Recommended PSI maximum is 42. Using this thing, you just pull this out and then it turns on. You're gonna go ahead and set it to 35. Just thread on. As you guys can see, it's at 26. Just gonna hit the on button. Pretty quiet too. I mean, I'm talking at like a normal volume right now, so it's not too loud. It's at 31, and then once it reaches that desired PSI, it'll just automatically cut off. There you go. And just unthread. Put back in, turns off. Bada bing, bada boom, that easy. Where's my receipt, bitch? God, this bike is crazy. Such an adrenaline rush every time. I'm honestly sad to be getting rid of this bike. I had so much fun on it, and I mean, mileage relatively low, 4,287. We'll have that to just over 4,300 by the time I get to my destination. I hate to sell it, but I can't justify keeping it because it just doesn't get ridden, you know. And it's one of those things, like, it's really nice to have, you know, a couple extra bikes here and there for friends whenever they come over, you know, or like people are visiting from out of town. I mean, the amount of times that happens is like, you know, the other times it just kind of sits around. I live a good ways away from the shop. I tend not to ride something like this just because, you know, it's a hyper naked upright and there's not a lot of wind protection, and so whenever you go on speeds, you know, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, it's just really not the best for it. God, the quick shifter auto blipper built into this thing is so nice. Look at that. Make you feel like you're Valentino Rossi. You just take a turn, just so crazy easy. Like, I can't ride to the full capabilities of this motorcycle. It's just insane. My tramp stamp is showing. Just getting on it there reminds me of why I bought this bike. So quick, so nimble, quick shifter, auto blipper, ride modes, completely controllable, powerful as hell, and then from the factory, just gobs of power for like under 12. That's just, it's insane. Seriously, like 6th gear, 70 miles an hour. I mean, it's really not too bad. Like, especially with the windscreen on the front, you know, it keeps all that stuff, you know, all the air, all that stuff, all the wind off your chest. Where you going, bud? You don't know. Cool. But I mean, like 80 miles an hour, I don't feel like I'm doing 80 right now. And I can just grab a handful and moving right along. Almost 100. Freaking effortless. I think I might regret selling it now. I was talking to a friend earlier today, Sean, you know who you are. He said, it's so easy to buy them, it's so hard to sell them. So much truth to that. Oh, I love this bike. What is wrong with me? So, why am I getting rid of this motorcycle? Well, yeah, like I said, it doesn't really get ridden, and you know, relatively low mileage. It's an incredibly popular motorcycle, so you know, it's totally paid off. So it's literally just kind of money just sitting there in the shop. And you know, motorcycles is one of those things, like I hate letting them sit, and so if there's a bike that I haven't ridden in a while, potentially could sell it. And there's a couple other business moves that we need to make. We could take the equity that this bike has, so basically what this is worth, and we can put it towards other projects. And so that is essentially what the plan is. Going to be putting the money that we raise from selling this bike towards other projects. What are those other projects, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm actually not talking about it. It's one of those things that, like, I'm keeping it a little secret. You know, there's a couple other projects that I'm working on. Actually, the projects are outside of the Blockhead Moto channel. They're on the new channel that, as you guys see in this video, I don't know if I've released any videos on it, but if I have, or if I haven't, I guess you guys can go check it out regardless. I'll be sure to drop the link down in the description below. youtube.com/@JohnXBlock. Decided to basically start a new channel. Maybe I should talk about that. I mean, you guys understand the reasoning behind me letting go of the motorcycle. You know, it's just kind of, it's just money sitting there, you know. Doesn't really make sense financially. So a lot of the bikes that we get, they serve a good purpose, like for us to do modifications, create content on them, and they have value because of that. And I've made a lot of content on this bike. This bike was actually originally meant as kind of like a placeholder, because whenever I started working with Chris and him and I were starting to build Goldzilla, this bike was meant to be that bike that would kind of hold me over. At the time, didn't have near as many projects, you know, back in 2020, 2021, I decided to purchase this and do nothing to it, honestly. Like, I called it, let's do it what Dan calls it, the not a build. I had a sticker on the side of it for a while, actually, and it said #not a build. The one modification, well, I did do a couple modifications, but I didn't do any engine work, I didn't do tuning, all the stuff that, like, normally we would do. Woo, 4,300 miles. You know, all the stuff that we would normally do, like, I just, engine work, tuning, all that. I did a couple mods just so that, like, I would like to look at it more. So I got rid of the big old mirrors. We put mirror block off plates. We did these CRG aero mirrors in the back, which look freaking great. Yeah, they basically fold down, so they're super nice. They tuck it, lower the profile of it a lot. The windscreen on the front, which does block wind, keeps it off your chest. It was so difficult to get this bike. It was actually really, really difficult to get one of the new Yamaha MT-09s, let alone the MT-09 SP, whenever I bought it because of COVID. So you guys remember COVID, right? That thing that the entire world went through? Well, you know, we went through that, and this MT-09 SP, whenever I bought it, there was none in the state of Florida. And this one popped up for like a half a day on a dealership website up in Jacksonville. I called them immediately and I was like, yo, do you guys have this bike in stock? It's showing up in your inventory. And they're like, well, we are slated to get it, but as soon as we get it, it's actually already spoken for. There's a deposit put on it. And I was like, well, damn, okay, thanks for your time, goodbye. So a week goes by and I end up checking the website again, checking Yamaha's website, seeing what the availability is. And once again, that same dealership up in Jacksonville still showed that they had this Yamaha. And so I was like, you know what? It's probably that same one, but I'm gonna call just in case. So I call and I say, hey, do you guys have a Yamaha MT-09 SP in stock? And they said, well, we do, but the person that had a deposit on it, they weren't able to get a line of credit. So basically they weren't able to get a loan for the motorcycle. I'm like, so the bike's available? And they said yes. And I said, okay, I will give you a deposit right now and I will be there first thing tomorrow morning. And so that's exactly what happened. It was a small window, a small opening, and here we are with an MT-09 that I'm selling. So the popularity of this motorcycle has just been massive. I am actually very sad to be selling it. The bike that inspired me to purchase this motorcycle was actually the Harley-Davidson Livewire, or what is now known as the Livewire 1. Like, that naked upright feel is awesome for being able to like mob around town and get from point A to point B like very, very quickly. This thing's an absolute wheeling machine. I don't know if you guys have seen the video yet, but if you have, or if you haven't, we put Ryan Crucy and Trent on this bike. They'd never been on a bike like this before, and they were like, holy shit, that bike's a monster.
This thing's ridiculous. Isn't it awesome? It's ungodly fast.
It's really funny because we put them on this bike after putting them on Goldzilla, and it's just one of those, like, with this being like a 900 inline 3, incredibly fast machine, and just lots of torque. I mean, MT, master of torque. I did a lot of research into this bike beforehand. Like, Javi, you know, one of our buddies, he had an MT-09 and I borrowed it for a little bit, and then I had another buddy who I ended up meeting because of Pete, so shout out Pete, Jason the Mech. He let me loan me his Yamaha MT-10 for a little bit, and damn, I fell in love with that bike too. But I didn't want something so serious because, man, MT-10, that is this is a powerful bike, but the MT-10 takes it to the next level. But the sound on that motorcycle, my God, it was amazing. So what's funny is I put this bike up for sale on Facebook Marketplace for a fair price. You know, I usually mark stuff like super low because I just want it to move quick. Once I have my mind set on something, it's like I just want it to sell so that I can take, you know, the funds from that and put it into the next project, because like I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to get to that next project, and literally the thing is holding me back is selling this, and so I priced it pretty good. Lots of tire kickers, lots of that Facebook Marketplace shit. Like, hey, is this available? God, I hate that. Finally, somebody's basically panned out, and they're driving from a good ways away. And so, essentially, hopefully they're serious about it, and they don't try to haggle and lowball the shit out of me, because I don't have to sell it. I am very motivated to sell it, but I don't have to sell it. It's a good position to be in. But yeah, this bike taught me a lot, honestly. So like I said, I posted it up on Facebook Marketplace. I was talking about the MT-10. I actually posted this bike for sale or trade, and the thing that I was willing to trade this motorcycle for was an MT-10, and it could have been an older one or a newer one. I was actually willing to put some cash on top of it, and I know it would have kept me from, like, you know, reaching those other business goals a little bit longer. But for me, and this is just the way my, you know, motorcycle business brain works, is with an MT-10, that's a whole bunch more new content for us, you know, because a lot of you guys out there, whenever we put this up against a Harley, like this versus the Sportster S or this versus Goldzilla, because we like doing that, right? Doing those like comparison videos. But a lot of you guys, whenever we were doing that, and this bike, I mean, this bike is stout. It holds its own. But against like a Sportster S, it's not quite as quick. In the turns, obviously, it's going to be better because the ergonomics are so much different. But a lot of you guys were saying, oh, you should make it a fair fight and put it up against an MT-10. And so I was like, yeah, bet. Let's put it up against an MT-10. And so that's why I was willing to trade this motorcycle for an MT-10, is that we could have gotten a lot more brand new content out of it. And who knows, in the future that might happen. I do love me an MT-10. Like, it's a great motorcycle, and just the sound of it, oh my God, woo, brother. We'll see if it sells. I'll continue recording, and if it does, then we will say goodbye to old girl. I never gave her a name, just always called her MT-09. So Wes ended up buying the same motorcycle. For this one, I ended up calling, obviously the SP means special, but we gave it our own names, and so for me, the SP on mine meant sexy pants. So maybe we will soon be saying goodbye to the Yamaha MT-09 sexy pants. Maybe we won't. We will see. How's it going? I'm John.
Good, Dan.
Good to meet you, Dan.
Cheers.
All right, so he wants to buy it, so this will probably be the last episode on the bike. So I got to get the title, and then he's going to come back and he will buy it. So consider the bike sold. Consider this my last ride on her. It's been real. It's been real, sexy pants. It's been awesome having her. So, but based on this guy's background, she's going to a great home. Sounds like a very accomplished rider, and him and his wife ride. He bought his wife a MT-07, so he's buying something with a little more oomph. Anyways, say goodbye to sexy pants. Been real good to me. Appreciate you, sexy pants. I'll be sure to keep you guys posted, let you know what it is that we are investing into, but pretty sure you guys are gonna be stoked, excited about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon also, so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Till next time, you guys ride safe out there, stay vigilant. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Whoopsh. Oh, side note, I don't know if you want to keep the name, but so it's MT-09 SP. The SP was for sexy pants. So if you want to keep sexy pants, you're more than welcome. Thank you. Safe travels. Oh, she gone.
You youngins don't know nothing.